Have you ever waited so long for one good thing that you almost stopped saying its name out loud? The kind of waiting where you smile when people ask, but inside you feel foolish for still hoping. That is where our tale begins, in the quiet place where prayer has grown tired but has not died. There was once a priest named Zechariah, and his wife was Elizabeth. They were good people, steady people, the sort who kept walking even when the road felt long. They had prayed for a child for years. Season changed, hair turned white. Still, the prayer stayed there, like a lamp waiting for oil. Then one day, while Zechariah served in the temple, light filled the quiet. An angel stood there and said, "Do not be afraid, Zechariah. Your prayer has been heard." Imagine hearing that after years. Not forgotten, not lost, heard. The message was simple, and it was heavy enough to shake the floor of the heart. The angel did not speak in a vague way. "Elizabeth will bear you a son," he said, "and you shall call his name John." Not a maybe, not a someday, a name, a future, a child with a purpose. He will prepare the way for the Lord. Sometimes hope comes with details that are too sharp to be a dream. But Zechariah looked at his own years and Elizabeth's years, and his fear stood up inside him. "How can I know this?" he asked. It was not a bad question. It was a human question. But sometimes a question wears doubts like a heavy coat, and then heavy answers in a way you did not expect. When Zechariah came out, he could not speak. No arguing, no explaining, no proud little speech to save face. The silence was not there to destroy him. It was there to make him wait with the promise. And while his mouth was quiet, the word of God kept moving anyway. At home, Elizabeth began to carry the child she had once only carried in prayer, and Zechariah had to watch it all in silence. He saw her stand straighter. He saw her smile and cry in the same breath. He heard the neighbors talk. He had time to sit with his fear, his regret, and his wonder. The promise kept growing, even while he could not speak. You know how neighbors are? They mean well, but they always have a suggestion. When the child was born, the people gathered and said, "Call him Zechariah after his father." A crowd can be kind and still miss the point. They could not see the name yet, but Elizabeth could. Elizabeth said, "No, his name is John," just like that. Calm, clear, no trembling. The neighbors turned to Zechariah as if to say, "Is this true?" It was a small sentence, but sometimes one small sentence can stand up to a whole room. The promise had a name, and the name had been spoken. They gave Zechariah a writing tablet, because even silence can still choose. He took it and wrote, "His name is John." That was the turning. Not a speech, not an argument, a simple agreement with heaven. And the moment the words were written, his mouth opened. The silence broke like a dry river at last finding water. His first words after months of silence were not complaints, they were praise. Zechariah began to bless God for mercy, for timing, for the child, for the way God had been working all along. The mouth that had been closed by doubts opened in worship, and the people who watched him learned something they would not soon forget. Silence is not always the end of faith. Sometimes it is where faith learns to listen. Maybe that is how some season works. Not every silence is punishment. Not every delay is denial. Sometimes God is building a thing so deep that your own words will only get in the way. If your voice feels gone, it does not mean God is gone. The promise may still be growing in the quiet,